Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. My name is Jay and today I want to talk about Coordinated Fire, the generic 3-pip for the Imperials from the new specialist releases. Now before we start, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then do consider hitting the subscribe button as it really does help. If at the end of the video you like the video, then also hit the like button. Now you might be thinking, is this deja vu, Jay? Weren't you just talking about the cards from the specialist kit for the Imperials? Yes, I was. And at the time I spoke about Coordinated Fire. I think I go like, this has got some nice potential, interesting chains, could be quite powerful. Something like that. But we've seen, if you're in the Facebook group, the Discord, there's been quite, on podcasts, which I haven't actually heard any myself, but been quite a few discussions about Coordinated Fire and just how potent it actually is or it isn't. Now, so I thought I'd come on and we'll talk another video. Now, in that previous video, I didn't want to show everything from Crabbox video because it was Crabbox video, but I'm going to show you the card today because we're very specifically talking about just one card and it's just one image from Crabbox video. Again, I'll try and leave a link to that though, as that's the only source of the picture that I can find at the moment. Coordinated Fire. Basically, you get to give an order to 3 core units. It's a generic card as long as you're Imperials, and you can take this as long as you've got a commander, I guess. No, you'd have to have a commander to use it, but you can take it even with just a generic commander. After a friendly core unit spends a name token, another friendly unit, not core unit, another friendly unit at range 1 to 2 may gain an aim token. Right, that's the card. People are saying, this is so powerful, really powerful. The sky is falling. People are like, there's a guy on Facebook was saying, people need to chill. The sky's not going to fall, and I think I agree with that. So let's think about this card overall, and we'll even maybe talk about a quick counter to it. So, or some counters to it. A couple of things here. Why is chaining your getting extra aim tokens so powerful? Well, obviously, aiming increases the potency of your attacks. So what you might want to do is, maybe you've got Vias, something like that. You're going to give out aim tokens for free, and then you could maybe move, shoot, and still have your aim. And it's really, I think, that what giving yourself an aim token here is going to do is try and give you 3 actions, essentially. You want to be able to have your aim, and then the second, you either want to be able to gain another aim, which probably has diminishing returns the more aims you get, but very many times you'll be rolling 4 if you're Imperials, 4 white dice, 2 red dice. Even with precise, you'll get to reroll 3 and you'll still have 4 blanks sometimes, you know what I mean? So 2 aims is actually possible, and that'd be decent enough. But I think, would you really be bothered too much if the card just said you get 2 aims? Is it really that strong? I think probably not that strong. Really, it's trying to maximize that 3rd action for possibly a move. That's what I think here is going to be the important part. If you are, let's say you're range 3, most of your units range 3, and you're just outside of range 3, where you want to be able to get a free aim, move into range 3, shoot. Maybe even catch them out of cover because you can move. That's really the potency, I think, here, is being able to move and shoot. Now, there's other cases, maybe you want to take that free aim and shoot, as I just said, or take a dodge and shoot, something like that, which is all well and good. But I think really the potential here is to be a sort of imagine you're against rebels, you sit beyond range 3, and they either move into range 3 and you can just pick on that one unit, or you just move forward with everybody, chaining your aims along the line. And keep in mind, it goes into units as well. Yes, it's only when a friendly core unit spends the token. However, other units can get it, so your ATST could get it. I mean, speeder bikes could get it if they're within range 1 to 2, and with the compulsory move, that wouldn't actually be too bad of a move. And it's good, right? I think it is good, but it's not necessarily, I think, the end of the world. It's an interesting one. People are trying to compare 3-pips versus 3-pips. How good is that 3-pip versus how good is this 3-pip? And I think that's a little bit, not naive, but if you compare this against the Rebel ones, you're never going to find direct comparisons because, if you look at Son of Skywalker versus Implacable, it's sort of obvious that Son of Skywalker is better. But that doesn't mean you have to take in consideration the units that are using it and the potency of those specific cards with that specific combo. So I don't think it's like ridiculously overpowered. I sort of think it's quite strong it being just a card that you like. I think everybody needs to buy the specialist box just because I think you're going to want to have the option to run this. And I don't necessarily like the fact that you're getting generic cards for using all armies in a specific set. I don't really know how I would have preferred those to be distributed, but I sort of enjoyed the fact that it was all just specific commanders. So how do you stop this, right? Well, there's a variety of different things. One, you could try and kill a unit that's going to block the chain. Like imagine that, you know, maybe they've put themselves range 3 away from each other with a unit in the middle. So, you know, it would be range 2. You try and kill the unit in the middle before they get to shoot, and the chain breaks down. That would be one possibility. Or on the units that are going to get those aim tokens and try and abuse them, either with the move, the dodge, the extra aim, you suppress them, right? If you suppress them first, maybe you split your fire if you can, then they'll get one action. Yes, they've already got their aim, and you're limiting how potent your other concentrated fire is. But you know, if you're really worried about just moving and aiming, if you suppress them, then they can't move. So if they're out of range and they need to move to get into range, they could have just wasted that card. So I think I need to play it, I need to see it, but you've got to look at like those kind of characters. I've been talking to Ellis from Legion Command. You should definitely go check him out. One thing he mentioned to me, obviously, if you imagine you've got Han and Chewie, you've always got change of plans, and then you could bring it back. Reckless diversion could hinder it if they're in range, maybe. So, you know, you could put it on a really tanky unit instead of the unit they actually want to kill. Leia's could suppress them early on. Palp could, you know, you can take a move or a thingy. You could move out of the way before they go if you've got Palp. I mean, it's one of those things. It is good. I'm not trying to claim that it's not going to be good. I think definitely like a Via's Bubba DLT sniper list, very sweet, very good in a list like that. I just don't see if you take in Vias and Bubba, don't see why you. Yeah, I personally would try and fit in that 3-pip. I just think it's too good to ignore, and that's what I mean. If it's too good to ignore, then you've got a bit of an issue, I think. But it's one of those things like Son of Skywalker. If you've got Luke, is too good to ignore, but you still, it's not overpowered or anything, is it? That's baked into him as a unit. What is interesting is that this card could possibly spiral out of control depending on what comes out in the future. But I think with the stuff that we have now, it's pretty damn reasonable. Like, I don't think it's crazy. And, you know, my opinion here and the opinion that we've seen online, it's all sort of speculation. Very few games will have been played with this, I think, at the moment. So we need to see it more. But your opponent isn't just going to let you set up your daisy chain of aims, but you're going to try and set up your daisy chain of aims, and it's going to be pretty interesting to do. And there's ways of abusing it. Yeah, maybe you've got General Vies. You can get that, essentially that pilot already now. You could basically get a free aim, move, shoot with your aim. Pretty good. Maybe with that grenade, the grenade launcher. You know, there is stuff out there, really, for sure, that's going to make use of that. But I think it falls in the realms of like good tactics, good playing, good strategy with a counter. I don't think it's like, for me, it's all about agency. This is a phrase I always use. I've heard quite a lot, but basically agency is just, in my opinion, like my view of what it is just being able to counter it with your own plans. Like if you've got something that you can do to stop it, fine. And if you can outthink that play, then that's what it's all about. I agree that the potential of being all out of range, just like moving in with an aim and shooting, could be really strong, or even like that double action synergy that I spoke about, which is like aim, shoot, or aim, dodge, shoot, could really be important. But it needs to be worked. You need to be in the right range. You can't just spread everybody out. Everybody's got to be close together to do it. So maybe you try and spread out the field. You know, there's play to it. I think there's counterplay to it, and that's why I don't instinctively think it's bad. Bad, like when I say bad, I mean bad for the game. I think it's good, and I don't think it's horrible for the game. I think the game will survive. You know, if it is too broken, it'll just get nerfed one way or another. But I don't see it myself. So that's Coordinated Fire. It's the 3-pip from the specialist box. I am waiting in the UK for my specialist box to arrive. It is a Thursday today, and this is the day I normally get them, but apparently I believe Europe may have been delayed, which there were rumours about some delays, but it definitely seemed like it didn't affect America. It looks like it's just a Euro thing, which is a shame, because I'm hopefully filming a battle report next weekend, and I'd very much like to have them there. And I would very much like to have, I want to have this video where I take your list with the specialists in it and maybe like review them. But if we don't have the specialists, it's a bit unfortunate. But so we'll wait on that one. But let me know your thoughts on coordinated fire. Thanks again to Crabog for the image. I haven't asked him, so I'm just using this hopefully under like fair use rights. Hopefully he won't be like, that's my picture. I'm sure he's a very lovely guy, so not that I really have too much dealings with him, but yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't think this guy is falling. I think it's probably a good solid card, but so's some other stuff. That's my view. Let me know your view in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Do like if you like the video. Do subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you to my patrons. That really does mean a lot to me. And I do apologize for I could have possibly talked about this in the first video, but you know I hadn't necessarily thought all of its strengths through. Whereas now I have. Have a most beautiful day though, and goodbye. Bye guys.